What's going on? Cole Connor here. Yeah, speed ramps. They can make or break your real estate videos. Instead of just showing the slowed down shots of each space, you can kind of show how the space works together. And of course with social media, look better on the gram, on TikTok, so we gotta do what we gotta do. So today we're gonna be working in DaVinci Resolve. I'm gonna show you exactly how I speed ramp. For some reason, it took me forever to figure out how to do this and how people were doing this. And I don't even know it's the right way, but I'm getting close to what I like. So I figured I'd show you. We're gonna go from raw clip to retime controls to fast forwarding to adding blur and fusion and some sound effects. Sounds more complicated than it is. Why listen to me? I built 2 six-figure businesses, one on the East Coast, one now on the West Coast. I've shot thousands of homes. I've made hundreds of videos. Let's do it. My name is Cole Connor, and I was put here to do 3 things: create, inspire, love. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. All right, let's jump. I just ate a piece of ice right before I'm about to talk. I don't know why. Let's get into the computer. My project pulled up here, and this is what the final project looks like. If you don't know how to do this, let's just start with the first thing you have to do, which is using real-time controls. So for every clip that you see, it is shot at 60 frames per second and slowed down to 30 pretty much. So how you do that, just really quick, if you don't know, is you select all the clips, you make sure you've shot it in 60 frames per second, you select your clip attributes, and you change the video frame rate from 60 to 30. Boom, so that's gonna make them all slow motion. So now let's just say this drone shot here. I have it all in slow motion. Also, I have the playback changed to quarter because for some reason the blur effects, they make it so hard to press play. But anyway, so that's what every clip is gonna look like. From inside clips to ground clips to drone clips, it's the slow motion. So obviously, if you wanna showcase some motion, etc., you can't wait for every clip to play out. So that's why these speed ramps come in handy. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna go to where I want to zoom from, and I've been thinking it's cool to start with a drone shot that kind of speed ramps in. So I'm gonna put the end of it here. I'm gonna X out of this so you see. I'm gonna put my point here. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna go to retime controls, and then I'm gonna add a speed point, and that's what this is, a speed point. Then I'm gonna take that speed point, and that's fast forwarding it by hella percentage. Yeah, this is 1900%, so 19 times faster, and then you see, yeah, it's just speeding that up. There you go, it showed it there. Boom. You can see it, got it. Okay, so that's what that's doing. So just letting you know, every clip that is speed ramp, that's what you have to do. So we have that here. So why would you want to use like blur and things like that? Because the motion, it just looks like just kind of jittery. Even if you take a smooth shot speeding up like that, it just kind of looks jittery. And also when it goes from 1900% to 100% suddenly with no like slowdown at all, it's kind of abrasive. That's the best way I know how to explain it. So now let's go over here. I'll just show you a couple different types. So this is with the motion blur, and we'll try the playback, but it's probably not going to work. It is kind of showing it. So you can kind of see as we go like frame by frame, it's blurring up the sides here, so it's making it feel like you're going fast. And then what's also happening is I'm having the blurred effect fade out as I'm having it slow back down to slow motion. And then I also added a sound effect, whoosh, here. I also added some birds. Why not? And in some waves. Same with this type of shot. This is a different type of speed ramp. Sometimes I have them in the beginning, just kind of zooming forward or backwards from a subject. But this one is one, I feel like a lot of the like more famous Instagram luxury real estate editors, they don't do it this way, but I kind of like to start at a point and then have it zoom, speed ramp, which this one, you see the blur. Like this is a fun one. And it goes all the way to there. I don't know, I like that versus the other way is kind of zooming here, stopping, and then zooming back out. But that works too for some transitions. I'll show you one that works on. And for ones in the middle here, like that have that type of transition, I do a different sound effect. That's a little bit longer. It's this mid-tonal whoosh. So anyways, just show you another example here. It's another drone one. Same concept. And then, yeah, also the same thing here. So let's talk about how we make this happen. So I've honestly, you don't have to do this every single time. You just copy and paste it once you make it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to effects here. We're going to type in toolbox, effects, adjustment, clip. You add that. Let's just add it there. And then what you'll see, make sure it's the top layer, because for some reason, I don't know the official reason, but when you go to Fusion, it automatically does the top layer. So then you go to Fusion here. So you right click, you add tool, you go to temporal, temporal motion blur. I pick better, but play with whatever works for you. Motion range medium, motion blur 50, play with the settings, whatever works. I just kind of kept it at that. Then you do that, and then you do it here, and bada boom, bada bing. That's how you do it. And so then once you make one, so I'll go back here, I'll look at this one, go to Fusion, same concept, boom. You don't have to do that every time, you can just copy and paste. Now I have had an issue, sometimes I try to copy and paste between projects so that way I don't have to make it, and sometimes there's been an issue so I kind of have to recreate a new one. So just kind of play with it. But that took me forever to figure out for some reason. Like, I was trying to think of an easy way where you didn't have to motion blur keyframe or something like that. I don't know, but this is the easiest way. And then I have it fade in and fade out the motion blur as you're slowing down the speed ramp. So let's look at that. This also took me forever for some reason. So when you click on a clip, go up here to keyframes. This is after you've done the actual speed ramp part, the fast forward part. You click on that and you can see this is the retime speed, the retime frame. Then you go here. Keyframe curves. This is what you need to do. Click this button and that slows it down. And you can do it like this. And then you'll see the speed. Let's see if let's just disable that. It's subtle, but it is a difference. So instead of just abruptly stopping, it slows down. And so this is an example of where you can do it on both ends of the speed ramp. You kind of do that, do this, and then you'll see, we'll disable the motion blur for a second. And it's just that subtle slowdown. I think that makes a big difference, honestly. And then you see, as you're doing, kind of like as you're doing this slow down here, you can kind of start fading out this motion blur. So it kind of like matches. The motion blur is matching how fast you're going a little bit. It's just a way to look at it. It's pretty much what you're doing. That's pretty much it. But there are, I think, some other strategies that people do to make it a little better. And here's an example. So I was wondering how people really do this zoom effect here. So they're zooming. I'm moving the camera forward. And then they're zooming into the next room that's also moving forward. And it doesn't have to be forward. Like, you could go side to side or like a slant thing, but I think it works best if you're like zooming into the next room and zooming forward, if that makes sense. So it kind of ends up looking like this. So when it's fully fast, I added a little transition here. This one's a crash zoom. You can kind of test with how, big you want it to be. But as I was going frame by frame with the blur, it kind of, you see it kind of zooms into it and creates this seamless shot. And I've seen people play with different transitions there, and some people don't even have transitions. But to add the crash zoom, I would just go to the effects, delete this, blah 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 blah, and you can add crash zoom. But you could also try different ones. I think a lot of different ones would work. And then for ones where I'm zooming into a room like that, I also use a little bit longer of a sound effect for that. That's how I do speed ramps in DaVinci Resolve for luxury real estate videos. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you have any more questions about it. It took me a while to kind of figure this out and get a hang of it, but I think it adds a lot to the video. It makes it just feel more luxury and feel more smooth and not jittery, which I really like. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to keep learning, keep growing, and if I learn anything else, I will let you know. If you haven't checked out my full 100K workflow guide, check it out in the description. Every time you purchase that or the presets, it helps support my channel and helps me keep making videos. So please check it out, and I'll catch you next time. Hi there, thanks for watching. If you really liked it, maybe you'll like some of these too. While you decide, here's some music. Enjoy!